Change of direction. Learning to change directions on the lunge starts at standstill. So first, before anything else, you want to get your lateral flexion and then yield the hindquarter. All right, so we'll go that again. Lateral flexion, then yield the hindquarter. All right, so if you want to try that.
I like this rope better than my lunge rope though.
Okay, you want to stand next to your girth. Yep, there.
Yep.
So now you want to turn your attention and your energy to the hindquarters.
Yep.
Turn to it, cluck at it, point at it. Step. That's it. Keep going. There. So the idea is you want the hindquarter to yield away from you, and he's pivoting on the front, so he's not stepping forwards as he does it.
Okay, so do I hold tension on the lead rope when he's yielding?
Until the hindquarter yields away, and you've got the movement you want, and then you step away.
And then I step away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't do it physically. It's all about energy. If you have to physically touch him to move him, then he's winning the battle.
Yeah.
So it's all about, you need to be here. So look, a good arm length distance is good. Bring your lateral flexion in here, then you step to your hindquarter.
Okay. Yeah.
So it should be the contact should be the last thing.
Last thing. Okay.
Energy first.
Okay. Got my arm up so it's on. Hi. I just want to stand. Should I hold him tighter when he does that?
No. Just go with him because you've not asked him to do anything.
Yeah.
So step back about an arm's length.
Yep, arm's length.
Yep. There you go. Your flexion. Now step to your hindquarter. So he beat you there. He's anticipating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. That's not bad. That's good. Yeah. So try the other side. So you wanna when you switch. So when you're asking for your lateral flexion, right? You want your shoulders facing forwards.
Okay.
Get your arms length. So put your hand up on the saddle here.
Okay.
Right. Bring your lateral flexion in here. Right. Then I want you to. It's like a focus where this hand comes down, and you step here.
Okay.
And you direct your energy there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So it's from here. Then it's a clear difference.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
So you want your hand to come down first before you step. So your hand's your first direction. So your shoulders are facing more forwards towards your shoulders. Yep. Right, get your lateral flexion. That's all right, just hold that lateral flexion. If he wants to move his feet and you haven't asked for it, just go with him and hold his head there. Yeah, and just go with him till he stops his feet. Yep.
Oh, I keep forgetting my arm first.
So, yep, that's it. Cluck at him. He's walking forwards. Put more pressure on the hind.
On the hind?
Yep, so he's walking forwards on you. That's it. See that step there?
Yep.
Now he's stepped there, that step there, that's where you step away. So you're looking for him to be planted on the front and just pivoting and yielding his hindquarters away.
Yep, okay.
All right? That's it. That's it there. All right, so the next stage with changing directions on the lunge is, well, it's basically you're doing exactly the same thing, but the horse is moving when you're doing it.
Okay.
All right, so it's a little bit more difficult,
I'll have to
but
practice that one
it means you draw the nose You draw the nose, you step to the hindquarters, you swap hands and send him the other way.
Draw the nose, step to the hindquarters and swap hands.
Yep. So send him on. Right, so when I want to change directions, I'll draw his nose in, swap hands. As I'm stepping to the hindquarters, send him the other way. Draw his nose in, swap hands, stepping to the hindquarters, send him the other way. Draw his nose in, swap hands, step to the hindquarters, send him the other way. You can use your other hand as a guide too. There. Nice. Much better. Much better. He's done this stuff before. He knows it.
He knows it.
He knows it.
Okay. Right, I step into the shoulder and
So direct him,
first.
direct him. Twirl the rope, step towards his shoulder. There.
And
Now, draw his nose, with your left hand, draw his nose back to your right hand. You stepped away from him, drew him in.
yeah.
So what you want to think of, right, you're not drawing him in. Rather than drawing him in, you're actually driving him away.
Okay.
So if you, as you take up tension on that lead to draw his nose, if you step away, that's drawing him to you.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of changing directions is you're driving the hindquarters away.
Way. Yeah.
So you're walking around on the circle with him, then you draw, then you step to the hind.
Okay. Draw, step to the hind.
And as you draw, so if you're
Yeah.
if you're going around this way with him,
Yeah.
right, as you draw with your right hand, you swap to your left hand
Yeah.
as you're stepping to the hind, and then his hinds go away, his shoulders come through.
Okay. All right. We can do this, Johnny.
That's it. Yep, swap hands, then you step, yep.
I didn't drop the rope, the end of the rope. I took the whole lot.
So what you can do, cause he knows this stuff,
Yeah.
right? You can cheat a little bit
Okay.
as far as the rope, especially with a long rope like this.
Yeah.
We don't need all this length,
Okay.
right? Try not to get your feet tangled in it,
Yeah.
but you can just hold the rope here. That'll make it a bit easier, and just let it drag on the ground.
Yeah.
Because we don't really need it,
Yeah.
because he knows it, right? So we can just go here, right?
Yep.
Then we're dragging that rope behind us, draw his nose in, step to his hind quarter, bring the shoulder through, like that. That'll make it a bit easier for you. If he does he might get a little bit going this way, he's a bit different, right? He's a little bit more sticky. So I'll draw, step to the hind, and then I'll use this hand here like this. And see, that's all he needs. You don't need to use the rest of that rope. I've only got one this long because it's like you go through stages where you work on a short lead and then a long lead,
Yeah.
and it just lets me do everything with one rope.
Yeah.
But then when you're working in close, it's a pain in the ass.
I use his really long lead rope like this for
Yeah.
the lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he just wasn't doing what I
Yeah.
needed on the
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with the left.
Yep.
rein.
Yep. So point. Yep. So when you're stepping into him, just flick that hand up and cluck at him.
Okay.
Yeah. And he'll get to where he goes on the point. So you don't have to do it now because he's already moving. So you've given him that cue already and he's doing it. So drop your right hand down by your side and just go with him. So probably the most common mistake that people make lunging, right, is they'll send a horse off, let's say you're using a lunge whip, and they'll send a horse off, and then they'll walk around flicking this whip at the horse the whole time, and clucking at the horse the whole time.
That's what I've been doing with his lunge.
Yeah, and that's where you'll find they get dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're constantly cueing them.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, Jesus, how do I make this cue go away?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it blows their brains up.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll find they start getting dead to cues.
Yeah.
Because, well, cue means nothing because it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I fix this situation, right?
Yeah.
So it's point. If you don't get a response, use that hand and cluck at him.
Yeah.
Then step to him. As soon as he drives away, this hand comes down by your side. This hand comes in here. All the cues go away. You go into a relaxed position and you're just walking your drive line.
Okay.
So your energy walking the drive line is what's making him go.
Yeah.
That's telling him, okay, we're going now and we're going to keep going until this energy goes like this.
Yeah.
Or something about your energy changes.
Changes.
So whether it's a draw and a step to the hind and a yield and a draw through and go again, whatever change, he gets to focus then on your energy rather than all these things flapping around and going on and that just confuses him.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Makes sense?
Might even, it's good to film it because I might even practice it without Johnny, the
Yep.
cues.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that couldn't hurt you.
Locked in.
Yep.
Okay. What do you reckon, Johnny?
Still want to be holding the rest of the lead in that other hand. So you've still got two hands on your lead.
Okay.
Right?
Got to remember to keep it in.
Yeah. So sort of try not to fake